Well, we've had an active morning and officially our first severe thunderstorm warning of the morning. So this is in northern Kentucky. This is for Owen and Grant counties. This goes until 9:30. So we've got about 23 minutes for this particular warning. Grant and Owen with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We're seeing also hail size at just under quarter size. So heavy impact on 127 here, potentially impacting driving on 71. 75. So here's our two severe thunderstorm warnings over Owen County into Grant. Do you remember me talking a few moments ago at the start of the show that I was watching that stronger line that had a tornado warning? This is not tornadic for us. It is just a severe thunderstorm warning, but it is the same line where some of that power can transfer. And so we're going to watch this really close for you, but very heavy rain, lightning flashes, again, wind being the biggest issue at 60 miles per hour. On top of us in Glencoe, stay off the road, stay in your home in Glencoe. Impact on 35 and 127 up through 42 as well. Down into Long Ridge, now shifting east towards Henley Ford and Breck. Very heavy rain, likely to be getting some hail with this as well, getting a little bit of what looks like hail just outside of Owenton. Actually, it looks like we may actually have a tornado warning here. Hold on, I need to go over to the camera, guys. Looks like we have a potential tornado warning now. That red that's showing up, that's brand new. So let me get this information for you here. It looks like we have potentially a tornado warning right now for us in Grant and Owen County. So this is new. Let's take a look at where potential circulation could be. Let's pull that up here. That's brand new for some potential circulation. Oh, we're getting unfortunate kind of breaking up there, unfortunately, from the radar scans. So right now, if you're south of Owenton, we've got a tornado warning. Now this is in place over Owen and Grant, but mainly in Owen County. I'm getting a little rotation showing up for us outside of Owenton, south of Owenton, barely into the county there. This tornado warning goes until 9:30. Still a severe thunderstorm warning as well outside in those additional areas. So let me take you outside of Owenton. So if you are close to Hessler, you have the potential for rotation. I need you inside your home. Hallam as well. South of Owenton, driving on 127, you should be outside of the circulation, but north of New, potential circulation there, as this could be working its way off to the north and east. I don't have great trajectory, unfortunately, on the path, but you can see lightning flashes and very heavy rain. Obviously, National Weather Service indicating circulation within this line. As I span out, you can see that line is associated and has broken off with another thunderstorm warning just down to the south of us. And so I need you inside your home in Owen County and Grant County through 9:30. Let's get you in a little bit closer. You can see here, I'm hoping I can get a little bit of what is called velocity, so I could potentially see where we've got a bit of spin, but I'm not picking that up at this time. Okay, does look like, there we go, outside of Owenton, you can see a little bit darker colors. It's not giving me exactly what I want to see. So you can see the aways would be in that yellow to red, and the towards would be blue and green. It's not doing a great job because of where the radar is set up. See if I can move that a little bit and hopefully give you a better indication. But I still think outside of Owenton, Hallam, Hessler, Breck, I need you in your home outside of New and Beechwood with the potential tornado. We've got a tornado warning until 9:30. Let me take off the scan and see if this helps. We're going to see if we can get a little better look at a potential spin in the atmosphere. Still looking again at a tornado warning in Owen County. Let's take a look at some of the shower and thunderstorm activity shown with this. So we've got Owen County and Grant County under this particular warning. I think the most concerning weather at this time is just outside of Owenton and Breck. Get you to some of the roads. 227 towards Hallam could be dangerous. Sweet Owen. and get ready for it to be picking up towards Hensley Ford. You've got extremely heavy rain, likely seeing hail with this as well. And at this point, 60-mile-per-hour winds that need to keep you off the roads and in your home too. We have that particular extra long tornado warning even into Grant County, and it's just now starting to see some of the heaviest shower and thunderstorm activity in place. Let me put this into motion, and you can see it really intensified as it worked from Owen County into Grant County, but the tornado warning is still in place for us in Owen County. Let me see if I've got an update on some potential spin here. I'm not seeing it. It was just south of Owenton, but nothing is showing up here on what could be that shift and what could be spin in the atmosphere. These storms are moving east really fast at 50 to 60 miles per hour, and that's the problem. You can see a little bit of change in color here, but we're not seeing it coming towards and away or any particular couplets at this time. Let me see if I can transition. And are you guys seeing anything on maybe social media? If you wouldn't mind looking and seeing if anyone's seeing any particular issues.
Shelby, your dad said the sirens are going off.
Sirens are going off in Verona? In Verona? Okay, very good to know.
Let's see what else we got.
That's good. If we...
so sirens are going off in Verona. Let me see what else I can find. Anything happening.
We've got a little bit of what could be couplets, or at least... It's just with that purple line going in there. Unfortunately, it's not giving me the information I want to see, but I want you especially careful in Breck and inside of your home, in the innermost part of your home, away from windows. I think the same story for us towards Hensley Ford, where we're potentially seeing there winds coming and going in opposite directions, but could be what is prompting this tornado warning. We do have spin still being indicated, which is why we've got a tornado warning. Winds are up at 60 plus miles per hour as well. So here, let's take a look at some of the stronger shower and thunderstorm activity now. That doesn't mean that's where the tornado is. We're watching for spin in the atmosphere, which is why I was turning on some of the different colors here to try and see where we've got merging or couplets showing up. Does look like towards Hensley Ford, there's the potential for it, but unfortunately I just don't have as good of a scan as I really need. I still think you want to be especially careful towards Kiefer and Breck. Now this is moving fast off to the north and east, and so it could be in and out, but that tornado warning has continued from the National Weather Service. Heaviest rain is now into Stewartsville and Delia. So driving on 22 and 1993 towards Lawrenceville. This would be in the potential for a tornado to be shifting east into these areas. 330. You have the potential of what could be some rotation there towards Canby, as I did pick up on that outside of Owenton only. This is moving off to the northeast, remember, fast at about 55, 65 miles per hour. So that's a big problem too, is we're getting the spin in the atmosphere from really strong winds at the surface, and it's rotating up through into the air, kind of like a corkscrew. And so that's what we're worried about. If you're seeing anything in it around your house, I want you away from those windows. I want you inside, not looking at this storm, because it is dangerous. It's now been downgraded just a bit, barely including their Owen County, barely including northern sections of Grant County. Still very heavy rain over Downsville. This is going to be headed towards Dry Ridge next. But most of the circulation was in Owen County, south of Owenton towards Breck. I'm going to turn back on velocity and see if I can see anything here. Trying to see if we've got the potential. It's just not showing it very well, but again, we're looking for the clashing of colors and the reds and the greens, and so a potential couplet, even though our radar site is unfortunately messing with this. This is pretty far away from our radar site, but still, I want you to be very careful towards Hensley Ford and Delia. Canby, be cautious there as well, as we could be finding some spin in the atmosphere and a potential tornado. A tornado is possible in an atmosphere like this. So Canby and Kiefer, last week, almost at the same time, I think it was last Tuesday, we had a tornado warning here in the 9 o'clock hour. And so hopefully it's helping you to take a look at your screens and alert anyone that you know, any friends and family in the very southern and eastern sections of Owen County, southern sections of Grant County. This is where we could have a potential tornado. You can see that warned area in the brighter red, and the orange is still a severe thunderstorm warning because this long line of shower and thunderstorm activity is producing very heavy rain, but it is also with winds at 60 miles per hour. So some of that heavy rain still in place from Elliston to Folsom through Delia and Stewartsville. We're concerned about spin in southern sections of Owen County towards Canby. And when you're driving on 330, I don't want you driving. I want you inside your house. I want friends and family to be notified if you know that they're going to be driving in southern sections of Owen or Grant, that we could be dealing with a tornado here. Very heavy rain, but also hail up through Delia here. Headed next, Dry Ridge. Go ahead. Get down to your safe spot. Just be ready for it. Not yet in place over Williamstown, but I want you ready. Cherry Grove, say story. Get off of 75. Get home outside of Corinth, as we have had spin reported in Owen County. Trying to look for some additional spots. I know we definitely have some hail, some large hail, just trying to move outside of Dry Ridge. You can see there Delia, outside of Downingsville. Let's get into some of the roads that could be impacted by this severe weather. Tornado warning goes until 9:30. We've got about 12 more minutes to see what kind of update we get from the National Weather Service, because unfortunately my scans are not showing what I would like to see this close in. But still, I want you to be prepared for the potential of a tornado in southern sections of Owen, as well as moving into Grant. I think more so probably moving into Grant County now. Cherry Grove and Cordova, Corinth, and Canby, all with the potential of some spin in the atmosphere, which means a potential tornado. A tornado is possible. All right, let me scan out of here just a little bit, show you what's going on. This is the only warned area at this time. National Weather Service recently took out Owenton. That's where the initial spin was found. If there is lowering clouds, rotating clouds, you've seen them out of your window, no longer look. I need you inside in a safe place in your home, because we could have a tornado in southeastern sections of Owen County, into southern sections as well of Grant County, even stretching up into central sections of Grant County towards Dry Ridge. Now better in Downingsville, now looking better in Downingsville, but still the potential for a tornado in and around Dry Ridge now towards Williamstown, Cherry Grove, even down towards Corinth. So I'm going to take a look. I'm trying to look at other things outside here of what I've got on TV to see if I'm seeing any sort of potential. Okay, so I'm seeing maybe a little bit of convergence here, possibilities at some couplets. Hopefully I can get this to show up. Let's get you back over. All right. It's not the one that I want. Let's take a look here. So potentially Dry Ridge. I want you prepped and ready for a potential tornado, and Williamstown. We've got greens and reds, the merging of these two air masses, one coming in, one coming out, and that's where we could see a potential tornado. There is the chance that we could see that activity. Now, it just looks like we're just getting an advancing strong line of showers and thunderstorms. There's no major couplet, but I still want you to be especially ready for it in Williamstown at this time, down through Cherry Grove and outside of Mason. That would be Mason in northern Kentucky, as well as Dry Ridge. Some roads that could be impacted: Barnes Road, down through 75 and 25 towards Cherry Grove. Mason, it's going to be right on top of you right now. Some of the impacts here: hail, large hail, could be the size of quarters, as well as very, very heavy rain. We've got, broad rotation outside of Dry Ridge. Meteorologist Brad Moushart agreeing with me, broad rotation outside of Dry Ridge and Williamstown at this time. just not picking up on that. Sirens, getting alerts that sirens are out in Crittenton. Very happy to hear that is very important. Now, I will say the actual warning looks to be just outside of Dry Ridge, but I want you in your house in Dry Ridge. I hope the sirens are going off just in case, as we do have broad circulation in those areas. But it's just not well defined, unfortunately, enough for us to really see it. So if you're trying to take a look outside, you're hearing sirens, please make your way inside as we have a potential tornado in Grant County. Now, recently, National Weather Service, okay, in Owen County, you are fine. You have now been cleared of the tornado warning. You can see where the red is highlighted. We still have that additional thunderstorm warning as well. That goes, well, looks like I just lost my information. There we go. Until 9:30 in Grant County, 60-mile-per-hour winds, as well as in Grant County with that tornado warning. But it's essential to the southern sections of the county that could have a tornado. So here's Dry Ridge. This is really a focal point. Meteorologist Brad Moushard also picking up on that rotation. It's weak, but still the potential for it from Dry Ridge to Williamstown. So 25 could have impact. I want to make sure anyone you know and love is off of these roads, as well as 2362. If you live in and around here, you need to be in the central part of your home. Williamstown, you're feeling extremely heavy rain, but we could have a tornado close to 25 outside of 75. Very heavy rain in Cherry Grove as well. I'm not even seeing too much in the way of lightning now, so hopefully we're losing the intensity, hopefully losing the circulation as we continue to watch. Now, a new thunderstorm warning. I think this has been extended up through Sherman, just outside of Crittenton. So knowing that Crittenton had that tornado warning going off too, that's very good. Warning to the north as well, even though Crittenton, you do not actually have a tornado warning. You instead have just outside of a severe thunderstorm warning, but you see how it's all connected. That strong line all the way up into southern sections of Boone County, right on top of us in Verona. Dry Ridge, still looking at the potential for spin near you, especially for me, Williamstown. We've got broad circulation, but I want to hone in here. Broad circulation, but I'm seeing it near Barnes Road. If I can get in close, near 25 and 75. 25 really my focal point, especially. Possibly here towards Arnie Risen Boulevard. You could potentially be having a bit of circulation, watching what could be a bit of spin in the atmosphere. We still have this tornado warning until 9:30. Have you guys seen anything on social? Anyone coming back with information about what they're seeing at all?
Dark skies and heavy rain.
Really?
Lots of lightning and thunder.
Okay, lots of lightning, lots of thunder.
That's what people are saying on my
heavy
Facebook.
rain. As much as I want to know if people are seeing any lowering clouds, it's so dangerous that I wouldn't advise. I wouldn't advise being near the window in Grant County. I want you staying outside of the windows because we could have a tornado in this type of atmosphere. A tornado is possible. Wind speeds with this strong line of shower and thunderstorm activity are up to 60 miles per hour. Now, this long line of shower and thunderstorm activity has been prompting other tornado warnings. You can see it here outside of Lexington now. They too have a tornado warning. We continue with our tornado warning in Grant County. This goes until 9:30. An additional severe thunderstorm warning also surrounding that tornado warning and was recently added farther to the north to include Sherman, as you can see there. Let's progress this line. If it decides to hold and we see potential continuous rotation, we want to make sure that those to the east are ready for it. So let's span this out, and I'm going to show you timing on what could be headed your way. So again, moving rather fast at around 55 miles per hour. So let's bring it up and show you what you can expect to the east. Just get you ready for it. Let's hope that this tornado warning does not continue, but I want you prepping in Locust Grove, staying off the road, staying in your home. Don't leave your workplace if you've got us turned on. 940 towards Falmouth, Bachelor's Rest at 945 and 946 in Foster. If you're just joining us, you've heard the sirens, you've gotten your alerts on the phone, we officially have a tornado warning in southern sections of Grant County. We now have an added severe thunderstorm warning. You can see it including for us farther east into Pendleton, as well as a little bit there of Bracken, half of Bracken West. That has been extended until 10:15. Farther south of us, this is a very powerful line of strong to severe storms. That's outside of the tri-state, but this line is really potent. So let's take a look at some of the potential of extremes happening for us here in southern sections of Grant. I want you to be really cautious in Dry Ridge, leaving the center part of your home. That is where we could have some potential rotation and maybe even close to a couplet there. So Dry Ridge, I want you inside your home. No driving. If you are out, please make your way back to a safe place. We've got right there Stewart Drive, 25, 22. I'm watching for a potential of a tornado. You're actually just outside or kind of on top of that tornado warning, but I still think the potential is there. We even farther south towards Corinth see what could be some broad circulation. Corinth and Cordova as well, and that does include locations under the tornado warning.
Dry Ridge, the sirens are going on.
Dry Ridge,
Kelly's
very
in the
good.
bathroom.
Very good, Kelly. Thank you so much for being in the bathroom. Thank you for listening and taking these severe warnings seriously, especially in January. You're not expecting this type of activity, but it absolutely is possible, and we need to make sure that you are in a safe spot. I am watching right now towards Dry Ridge. I think that is our highest potential of some spin. We just got an update there on radar, so let's see if it's going to update in the way of velocity.
Wind picking up in Corinth.
Wind picking up in Corinth. Okay, thank you for the ground truth is what we like to call it. You know, the rain has actually subsided a little bit more there in Dry Ridge, but that means nothing when it comes to tornadic activity. It actually is rather quiet near that tornado potential area. Towards Dry Ridge, I still think we have some stronger just outside of you now, towards the south and east, just outside of Williamstown. And we're watching for this activity to advance east into Pendleton. That is where we now have that severe thunderstorm warning. As mentioned, I put on the track and you are in the line of sight for what could be some rotation, a possible tornado, wind gusts at 60 miles per hour, as well as large hail. This particular line of storms has had a history of quarter-size hail. Thank you so much, Jen. Rainfall, southern sections, heaviest over Corinth and Cordova. Let's take a look. See if we can see anything of circulation. You see where I'm trying to note where the reds and the greens are very close to one another. That would be a couplet. Again, it's still very broad circulation, but the National Weather Service is concerned about this environment that we could have a tornado. That is not something we issue here. That is issued by the National Weather Service. Okay, looks like we dropped off. All right, good news. Officially dropped off that tornado warning. Let me just show you what's going on with an update. All right, so we are officially out of the tornado warning. 9:30, we've dropped the tornado warning. We still have severe thunderstorm warnings, and these are new. And actually, just now, the heaviest rain and those strong 60-mile-per-hour winds are working their way into Pendleton County, as well as Bracken and southern sections, over the rivers, southern sections of Claremont County. Let's track it. Let's get you ready for it, and then I'll bring it back over to a potential break here. Guys, if you want to let me know what you want me to do next. All right, so I want to put a track on some of that heavier activity. It's actually broken up a lot. I'm surprised that they kept with the severe thunderstorm warning, but it obviously is still packing a very dangerous punch. So moving off to the northeast, get ready for it in Falmouth. We've got it headed to you in Foster by 9:48, Bachelor's Rest 9:44, Brooksville by 9:54. This line of strong to severe storms has prompted several severe thunderstorm warnings and a tornado warning, but happy to report we're officially, if you guys want to bring me on camera for a second, we're officially outside of that tornado warning. I will be back with another update. Thank you so much for letting us keep you updated. Stay tuned. We're back in 2.